Hi everyone, I'm Dara Khosrowshahi. I am the CEO of Uber. So in the coming weeks, we're launching a much clearer breakdown of customer fares right on the app. And as you'll see, you can see their driver pay, Uber, commercial auto insurance, government fees. What you're going to see is that you are taking home the biggest slice of the pie.
Hi everyone, thank you Dara. My name is Sachin Kansal. I'm Vice President of Product Management, working on driver, courier, and safety products at Uber. I want to share a new example with you, and very exciting, which is delivering pizzas. Now you can do that in the app. You can go to the work hub, you can go to pizza in insulated bags, and you can send us a picture of a bag if you have one. Otherwise, we can direct you to a website where you can buy a bag at subsidized costs. Let's change gears from pizzas to something that is always top of mind for you. Now, at the beginning of the trip, you get an offer. Now, let's say you accept this trip, and now you're on your way to the pickup point. Drivers have told us that sometimes they would like the ability to be able to cancel the trip because of safety reasons. Now, you can cancel the trip. Let's say when you get to the pickup point and you don't feel safe, you can cancel it, and that does not affect the cancel rate that you see in the app. But what about when you're on the way? Let's say you don't feel safe. Let's say it's dark at night, and you may get a text message from the customer that makes you feel uncomfortable. It doesn't feel safe. We are now going to give you the capability to cancel for safety reasons, irrespective of where on that trip you are. And this is not going to affect your cancel rate in the app or your eligibility for Uber Pro. And you may have seen sometimes a rider has a 4-digit PIN. You need to get that PIN. You have to enter the PIN to make sure that the right person gets in the right car. But today, that PIN is completely controlled by riders. They decide which trip they want the PIN on. And drivers have told us, hey, why not me? So now we are introducing PIN verification for drivers. You should be able to go into the safety toolkit, and you can turn it on, and you can decide, do I want to verify all my trips in the future or just this particular trip? So you can just set it and forget it. In addition to that, we also started testing in-app video recording, where you can actually record video using the Uber app, using the front-facing camera of your phone. You go to the safety toolkit, and you turn on Record My Ride. You walk through a quick tutorial to understand how it works. But once you turn it on, you're good. And when you are recording the trip, the rider sees this, that the driver is recording for added safety. And we have observed that that encourages better behavior from a rider. And that's great for everyone. And not just that, we also have a preview feature which will allow you to actually see the angle, and you can adjust the angle to make sure you're capturing what you need to capture. And let's say if something goes wrong on the trip, you can share that recording with us through a complaint or through a ticket that you can file, and we can take a look at it. I'm also thrilled to announce that we are making in-app video recording available everywhere in the US, all 50 states. You can connect your Uber app to your Tesla account. And once you make that connection, anytime you accept a trip, next time you accept a trip and you hit navigate, we automatically send the route information to your Tesla tablet, and you can just hit the compass button, and you can use the big screen for navigating. You can also permit for us to be able to see your battery level so that we don't send you trips. Let's say if you're at 20%, we won't send you this trip because we don't want to send you trips that you may not be able to complete, because there is nothing more unsafe than you being stranded somewhere with a car that is completely discharged with probably a really angry rider in the back seat. Now, let's say typical day, I'm going out driving. I have my hands on my beautiful yellow steering wheel, let's say. I'm driving, and now I find a spot where I want to go online. Well, it's easy. I just take my hand off the steering wheel, and I hit the go button. Or what I can do is I can say, hey, Siri, go online with Uber. I can try once again. Hey Siri, go online with Uber. Oh, maybe I'm not close enough. Hey Siri, go online with Uber. OK, fine. Third time is a charm. Now I'm online, and I want to check how much money I have made so far this week. So I can say, hey Siri, show my Uber earnings this week. This time it works and it shows me how much money I've made. I've made $165. Let's say that you have an experience with a rider where the rider is rude. I'm sure, unfortunately, many of you have experienced that. And you may think in that situation, no one's going to give that rider any feedback. But that's not true. Let's say next time that happens, as you end the trip and you give them a rating, please mark, in addition to the rating, mark the disrespectful tag. We will send the rider a warning, and we will also send them tips from real drivers on how they should be behaving on the next trip. We will do that over email as well as in an in-app pop-up. Now, at the end of the trip, when you rate the rider, and let's say you give them 1 star, we will not match that rider with you ever again. And we've already been doing this. But the new thing that we are adding is if you give them 2 stars or 3 stars, still not that great, then we will show you a toggle at the bottom where you can choose if you want to block that rider. And if you block that rider, we will not pair them with you in the future. Let's say if a rider or an Uber Eats customer files a safety report against you, we want to let you know right away. And we want to let you know that this report was filed. If you have any information to share with us, please do that right now. And no, you're not close to any deactivation decision. And we want to get that information from you. You can provide us any information. You can provide us an audio file or a video. This is where video can actually be really beneficial. And we will take that into account.
Thank you, Sachin. Hi, everyone. I'm Neeti Bashambu, and I'm directly responsible for our driver and courier app. Today, I'm thrilled to show you all an exclusive sneak peek of what the new driver and courier app is going to look like. Now, the information that you need will be just 1 click away in this new bottom navigation. You can easily access important areas of the app like earnings, inbox, and if you want to go to the menu, it's still right here for all the other areas of the app you might want to access. We also redesigned the Go Online button to make it much larger and easier to access right here on the home screen. Now, on the very top of the home screen, you can immediately see how demand is trending. And to make it even easier to decide, you can just tap this new map widget to expand the heat map to see more real-time surge conditions or where earnings are expected to be higher. Let's talk about earnings. You'll now see a new section which will provide a clearer, personalized breakdown of your earnings. So you can see how much of the fare is going to you and how much is going to Uber. We will also show you how much went to any local government taxes and fees, as well as a growing portion that goes towards commercial auto insurance and operational expenses. Of course, as always, you'll see any tips you make, which always are 100% paid out to you. We're now also adding route lines for any back-to-back or consecutive trips. So if you get another trip while you're still dropping off your current rider, you can now see where that next trip will take you on the map very, very easily. We've made several improvements to Trip Radar, including adding a map for these requests and providing an easier swiping experience when you're stopped and not moving. We have also added a decline button so that you can easily decline any trips. And remember, when you decline a trip, you won't get that same offer again as an exclusive request. So we don't keep bothering you with the same offer that you've already declined on Trip Radar. You can see the timer moving. You're going to be able to see how much time you have to accept the Trip Radar request. One request, though, that we did hear from our CarPlay and Android Auto users was that they still needed to look at their phone if they got Trip Radar offers. So we're happy to share that soon we will be launching Trip Radar on CarPlay and Android Auto as well. Soon we will alert you with all of the details of any incoming requests when you're online with the driver app open in the background, so you don't miss out on any trip requests. This has been live on Android for a while, but we are now excited to bring this to Apple iPhone users in 2024. Here's another cool feature that a lot of drivers have asked us for, an end of session summary. Now when you go offline, we will provide you a summary of your driving session. So you can see how much you earned, how many trips you took, and any important insights we can give you so you can improve your session for next time. You can improve your earnings and your experience.
So now moving forward, in addition to the current traffic, we are also going to use future predicted traffic. What's likely to happen in 15 minutes? What's likely to happen in 30 minutes? And we use historical patterns that we have seen in the past for this area and for this time of day to predict what the traffic may be like. So on the left side, you can see what may happen with just current traffic. And on the right side, you could see what if also we factor in future traffic. In this case, the ETA may go up from 36 minutes to 43 minutes because traffic is actually likely to build up. But it could also go down because traffic is likely to subside. So now we are adding to that by also asking you to tell us about traffic jams as well as accidents. So the way this works, if you have not used it before, you go to the bottom right corner of the app. When you tap on that, you see all these things that you can report. And let's say in this case, you're reporting a traffic jam. When you do that, we will ask other drivers in that area as well if they are seeing something similar, and we will ask them to confirm. And if they confirm, then immediately our system will propagate that throughout for every driver and courier to be able to know that. And if there's a better route that we find so that you can go around that traffic jam, we will give you that option. In this case, the driver is saving 2 minutes. And we'll also show you your contributions. How many reports did you send? How many confirmations did you provide us? And very importantly, at the top left, how many drivers were you able to help as a result of that? Because that is the whole point of this feature. If you are a bike courier, Dara is a bike courier as well. Well, one of the problems with that is when you hit the navigate button in the Uber app, we actually send you to a different app. And then you have to keep going back and forth between the two apps, which is very inconvenient. So now we are going to introduce in-app bike navigation. So when you navigate, you don't have to leave the Uber app. You'll get turn-by-turn instructions right there in the Uber app, as you can see. So you won't miss any of those important messages. And we will also guide you to bike lanes that will keep you safe on the road. And this is why we are introducing the Map Layers button, which you can see on the top right. When you tap on that, now you will be able to get a satellite view. And as we all know, a satellite view tells us what the view is from above. And this helps you actually get a real perspective. You can see the shape of the buildings, you can see the color, and you can connect that to what you see in the real world. So in the Uber Eats app, when the customer is placing an order and they go to specify a location, they can actually give us a lot more information. They can drop a pin at the actual drop-off at the actual unit. They can drop a pin at the entrance. Entrances can be really hard. And they can also drop a pin on where you could actually park. And once we have all of this rich information, we can share that with you in the driver app, in the Courier app. We can guide you right to the parking spot. You can park there. And then we can give you walking guidance from there all the way to the entrance.
I do want to finish off by talking a little bit more about safety. Starting tomorrow, we are rolling out new rider verification measures all over the country, nationwide. So here's a little bit about how it works. So the first thing that we do is we cross-reference the rider account details, this might be their name and phone numbers, against trusted third-party databases to make sure that the two match, okay? But some of those riders won't be able to be verified using that methodology. So for those who don't, they can actually choose to upload government-issued identification. This could be a driver's license, or it could be a passport or some other official documentation. And once we're able to verify that information, they will get a verified badge on their account that drivers like you are going to see before you decide whether or not you're going to accept that ride or whether you're going to reject the trip. Now, some riders may still choose to use a nickname for whatever reason if they want to protect their privacy, but know that when you see the verified badge, they will have gone through this process. They will be safe, so to speak. Verified riders tip more often and get less serious complaints from drivers, which is double cool.